the Sulfur Cube came to Java, and I was getting ready to make a video talking about how I think the transportation issues that they were having with the new Sulfur Cubes is both cool and really bad at the same time, based off of the new like monorail / zipline method that they were going to be able to have like they had in Bedrock, and how that was actually going to be a really interesting way, really cool way to use this new mob, because you still have to like build a bunch of stuff. It's still like, you know, kind of like those boat mechanics with like ice boats in the water and all that kind of stuff, like really cool Minecraft ingenuity stuff that doesn't necessarily break transportation, even though Minecraft transportation is already broken. Video on that coming soon. That I thought was going to be really cool, like this thing behind me here. But the other one with like using the Sulfur Cube in the boat with the pig and the chest and the spear and just trying to fly off into the distance, that one I was going to say needed to be changed. And I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to change it without breaking this like zipline monorail system behind me here. But when I loaded up Java, and this is the first time I'm personally touching the Sulfur Cubes, when I loaded Java up, I am immensely disappointed because, as you see, this is the now only sticky block, the honeycomb block that you can put in the Sulfur Cube. I'm punching it up towards the ceiling, and it doesn't stick. It does not stick anymore. You can no longer do what you could do in Bedrock. You know, honey block and then slime block no longer can be picked up by the Sulfur Cube. Can't do it. The sticky properties don't do what they did before. Couple that on top of my own personal upset without, like, you can't put TNT in these guys, so you can't do the carpet bombing method with the Happy Ghast. How are they going to call this Chaos Cubed and take away all of the chaos? It's like, I understand that we're like 1/1.5 snapshots into the Chaos Cubed update. I hope this is not the route that they're going to take with Chaos, because yes, I mean, some of these other properties with the Sulfur Cube, it's pretty cool. I mean, they're bouncy, there's different properties, that guy's going into lava, goodbye. It's fun, it's neat, it's cool. It's not like game breaking, it's not like game changing. It was going to be, maybe for better or worse. They're just playing it too safe. I don't know how to say it. They're playing it too safe and trying to feign the image of chaos. I just don't understand how they can try to do both. Now, I still think you can do some of the neat stuff like, yeah, Splash Potion of Invisibility. I mean, they look like blocks, even though this grass looks different than that grass. You know, it's neat, but how is this going to change survival gameplay? I get it, not every update needs to be tailored to that aspect of the game, but that is the core game. I just don't get it. You know, and I don't want to just sit here and complain and talk bad about Mojang, but come on, guys. You're calling this Chaos Cubed, and so far you've removed and or not added every chaos element that the community was playing with and or wants, like TNT, carpet bombing, Happy Ghasts. That's a very obvious, really fun idea that I'm really worried you guys aren't going to add, because you're afraid of having a bad image of some kind when it comes to violence. But it's a sandbox game. Number one, people are going to find a way to do that stuff anyway. Number two, you have swords, you have spears, you have bows. That is inherently violent things, whether you use them for good or bad. Mojang says they don't want guns, yet they have gun add-ons sponsored in their Bedrock marketplace that is full of microtransactions and is toxic. And I don't understand what I am viewing as double standards from Mojang. And I just really hope that they listen to the community and try to make this work, because they had a really cool mob. I think they are already starting to ruin. On a more positive note, I like the Sulfur Caves. I think they look cool. It's cool that there's finally a natural way to get nausea. I just wish that it maybe affected mobs a little more. Like maybe it gave you poison. Maybe there's a new effect of some kind. I just don't think that just nausea is enough. Like, nausea's cool, but the fact that it's supposed to affect mobs as well, like maybe they just need to expand nausea a little bit. Like maybe it makes mobs confused and they walk around, they don't come straight towards you. Maybe it makes skeletons miss. Maybe it'll make a creeper detonate before it gets close to you. Like, I just think they need to maybe work on nausea a little bit before the final release, because it's a cool concept that you can finally get nausea in a pretty natural way, just exploring the world. But I just don't think it's fully fleshed out. It seems like they are probably going to be editing Dripstone caves. Maybe they'll be expanding the block palette for Dripstone, or maybe, in my personal opinion, I think they're going to add Cinnabar and Sulfur versions of Dripstone, and maybe have dripping like sulfur or noxious water in one way or another. I think that's probably what they're gearing up to do, in my own personal opinion. I think that would be really cool. It's kind of like a mix of nether and end colors going into the overworld, which I think is neat. When I look at this sulfur, I just think of endstone. And then when I see the Cinnabar, I just think of the netherrack, which I know they look different, but that's just where my mind goes. Just really quick, I do think it would be really cool if they added a zombie and skeleton variant of maybe some type of, sulfur-infected variant of those mobs. I don't know what that would look like. I think they're maybe going to be adding a spider variant based off of the Cinnabar, chiseled Cinnabar texture here. I mean, it used to be like a beetle, but now it's very obviously 8 legs. It's probably a spider of some kind. So another reason to maybe get a Bane of Arthropods sword, because that's few and far between these days. Like, if they were able to combine Cinnabar and Sulfur with this Dripstone cave generation, I think that would be a really cool way to integrate everything, because the Dripstone caves already have a bunch of water pools. So if you have Dripstone on top of the noxious pools that maybe are expanded a little more in the future, I think that would be a pretty dangerous cave biome, maybe coupled with some new sulfuric / noxious mobs. I think that would be a really cool addition to the cave generation. All right, rant over. I hope you guys found my thoughts interesting. Let me know what you think about the new changes with the Sulfur Cube on Java, and let me know what you think they're going to be pushing towards as the next couple snapshots come out. See you guys in the next ones.